So next up, we're going to bend steel with our bare hands. And of course, I'm referring to string bending. So we do this by picking a note and then bending the string up to the next note like this. So I pick the note and then I bend the string up. So make sure that when you're playing bends on the guitar that you get your other fingers to support the string or the finger that's actually doing the bending. So you can do that to avoid any injury, and also make sure you anchor your thumb across the neck like this, which will also help you to make the bends a lot easier. Now again, from the rhythmic perspective, you have the same two options that we looked at for hammer-ons, pull-offs, and slides. The first one is where we have a bend in time, and the second one is a grace note. So a bend in time will sound like this. When you do a grace note, you bend into that note immediately. So let's contrast those two types of bend together right now. Right, you can also release a bent note like this. Something else that's fun is you can actually pre-pick that bent note and then you release it. Now the 5 most common distances that you'll use when it comes to string bending ranges everything from a quarter tone right up to a 2-tone bend. Anything more than that can definitely happen, but it's not quite common. So a quarter tone bend is also known as a curl, and that is where you just slightly bend the string from one note to the next. Alright, so you're not actually bending into another note, because if we look at a piano, that note I'm bending into does not exist on the piano. It's kind of hiding in between a white and a black note. So that is literally just what's known as a curl, which is a quarter tone bend. Then we have a semitone bend, which will cover 1 fret. Then we have a whole tone bend, which will cover 2 frets. Then we have a minor third bend, which will be covering the distance of 3 frets. And then we have a 2-tone bend, which covers the distance of 4 frets. Now when bending strings, make sure you pay close attention to the tuning of your bends, because nothing sounds quite as bad as an out of tune bend. So one way you can do that is to play the note you're bending from, then play the note you're bending into, and then play the bend, and then play the note again. With the whole idea that the note you are bending into, when you're playing it as a bent note as well as a fretted note, that it will sound the same.